Traders, welcome back to another price action training lesson. We're going to understand the language of markets and how to use price action rules to identify high probability setups. So right now I can see that the structure is clearly indicating to me some form of a bullish uptrend because we consistently keep creating series of high highs, high lows. The exponential moving average, which is the 21 bar EMA, this blue line, supportive indicator only, keeps rejecting prices every single time. So right now in back of my mind, I am more bullish. The bias, the daily bias right now is definitely bullish. And right now I'm just thinking about if it's going to be a strong uptrend or if this is just a medium or weak uptrend. Nevertheless, I need to identify the proper pattern because prices are always following some pattern. So I can use the first couple swings at the bottom, connect this swing right here and see how well the trend line is fitting. And it's fitting pretty well. I'm just going to copy it, put it at the top. And right now I have a bullish structure that I'm trading. Now, as you can see, the market likes to move in pairs of twos. This is why I depicted this two-legged pullback. And that's basically the whole point, the kind of setups I'm looking for. I'm looking for market to correct, to identify my key entry point and take a two-legged pullback high probability setup. So prices are working hard. And you can see there was a second entry long, but there was no trigger above this bullish bar. It stalled a little bit without triggering, ticking above one tick this bullish bar. However, the bias still remains bullish. Okay, prices are going sideways, and as you can see, we are breaking the channel. So what I have to do right now is I need to, first of all, identify the downtrend, because not only I'm looking for the wider channel, the main channel, but there are also shortened channels inside. You can see there's always the channel for the first leg, close outside, attempt to create new low, downtrend, break, new low was formed. So we have new low here. And right now we have the major break of the uptrend, which doesn't mean I'm expecting this breakout to work or reversal. That's not what I'm expecting, because according to trendline rule, I expect for prices after break to attempt to create new high first. This is what's going to happen 80 or 90% of the time. So this is what I'm expecting for prices to create new high. This downtrend is in play. I cannot really take long just yet. And notice what is happening. We're pushing strong above EMA, which is a good sign that the bullish momentum is starting to pick up. And notice how much we retrace over this downtrend. And the higher you push, the less chance there is you're going to create new extreme. And there is a lower high, attempt to create new low. And notice, couple ticks lower trigger and instant reversal. Now this right here is a lower high confirmation setup. Because we have a new high, this is why I'm going to reset the count. And notice I'm counting for second entry longs or failed second entry shorts when I want to go long, because I cannot just go long anywhere in the chart. So we have new high, first entry long, we triggered above this bar. We never triggered above none of these bars highs. We triggered here, so first entry long, pull back, second entry long. So this high low is confirming the second entry long, but notice how this bar formed. It formed with the big stem at the top. Now, it was really tempting to enter engulfing entry, which means you enter because you see prices trapping all the sellers and instantly reversing up, which means if you expect new high, which you do, and you're strongly pushing above EMA, this is confirmation that you should reach the new high. So engulfing here is a little bit more aggressive, but my hand was really itching to take the engulfing here. There's no congestion. It is worth to take a risk, but you can't enter after this bar is forming because it's too big, too close to the highs. The entry right here and the stem is at the top. There was no even trigger. It is a doji inside bar. And you can see market created new extreme. So I have new extreme, but notice what is happening. Okay, we have another strong push up. So this is giving me some more information from the market. Okay, market is talking to me, giving me some signs. So if I'm observing this, I can see strong rejection of the EMA. There may be a different channel because this one is already losing steam at the very beginning. So much empty room at the top, indicating loss of potential momentum. The fact that EMA held here again makes me wonder, hold on, if there is a different channel. And the pattern I was looking for today when I was trading, I was identifying this spike in a channel because we have a spike up, two-legged correction, consolidation, which is a lot of times how the spike in a channel will be formed. And it fits perfectly at the top, it fits off the bottom. And right now, this is really making the price action fit a little bit better. So I have new high, first entry long, pull back, second entry long. Can I take it if it triggers here? I cannot. Why? I have a downtrend in play. Plus the signal bar is horrible and not fully touching the EMA. And you can see you have a double trap. Because everybody who went long above horrible second entry long while the downtrend is in play just got trapped. And everybody who's selling the failed second entry long, look at this big bearish bar, selling right into EMA in bullish bias, is going to get trapped. So this right here is a decent setup. The trend line can be even a little bit tighter because it managed to close outside, create new low, and instantly reverse on one single bar. And the way this bar forms so strong made me think that the bullish momentum is strong. It's going to create a scalp, and this was actually my first trade for the day. Double trap off the EMA, off the key entry point, and market created quick easy scalp. And eventually market is reversing. We have a micro double top, which means I had to reset the count, so it's only first entry long. And now you're pushing below EMA. You didn't create strong push up, so something is off here. You're supposed to push higher. You have an instant reversal down. You can't take this first entry long. There's a downtrend in play as well. Okay, the market keeps breaking the channel. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to look for slightly wider channel because we had double top here. We had early swing here, and it looks like the correction will be stronger. However, I'm not really looking to sell. The bias still keeps creating higher highs, higher lows. The structure is still bullish. So I'm just following the price action rules. I have the main bias, which is bullish. I'm just looking for prices to pull back to key entry points and the high probability setup. So right now I have new low, first entry short, second entry short. But main bias for the day remained bullish. So I can't really go short just yet. Okay. And now we have new low. So I'm going to instantly mark this so I can see what the prices are doing. So we downtrend, break new low, big bullish bar. Okay. I'm not interested in buying just yet. We're below EMA. And notice what happened. And this is a little bit more advanced, but there's decent information from the market. The downtrend had a break new extreme, and we had a triple test. One test here, double test, triple test. So right here, and right here. This is counter trend triple test. We also have a break new extreme. Notice there's some support building, which is giving me signs that the buyers are deeming this price level worthy, and I expect new high according to rules now. Okay, and the downtrend depleted. And this is also counting from this high because we have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, count reset, first entry long, second entry long, and also micro new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short failure. So this is a second entry long, failed second entry short, and triple test. Great, aggressive setup because you're below EMA, but the context is so strong, bears depleting, second entry long, failed second entry short, triple test, which was the main reason why I like taking the setup right here. If you're a beginner trader, you don't want to enter right here below the EMA. And notice what is happening. So what are you expecting right now at this point? Okay, you can see counter trend triple test holding, and you see massive push above EMA. So right now you should be thinking, okay, all the sellers are getting trapped here. We expect new high. Structure for the market remains bullish. So what am I expecting? High-low confirmation setup. I can even draw possible channel like this. Strong push above EMA after triple test is a good sign that you have bullish momentum, downtrend played out. And notice what you have, high-low confirmation setup. And look at this big bearish bar, whoops. It trapped all the sellers right into EMA, in bullish uptrend, strong push above EMA, great tier 1 signal bar. This is a great high-low confirmation setup. Right at the EMA, confirming potential trend line as well. You expect for prices to create new high, another major swing, form a high-low. This was a great setup, quick easy scalp. So you're expecting for prices to reach new high, but notice what's happening. Okay, if you get a failed second entry short here, can you take it? No, because it already corrected too much and is below EMA. You don't even get it, there's no trigger higher, but you can't even take it here because the correction was too strong and it was really supposed to form right somewhere near here, near the EMA. Now you can see the move. What happened? Stronger correction. Okay, and you have a new high, first entry long, second entry long, micro break, new low. It's starting to go a little bit sideways. Notice how EMA is flattening. We're starting to have some form of a trailing range, so I can possibly draw this. But right now, all I'm thinking about is still the bullish bias. So this right here is a second entry long, but this is not a good trade because it's in the middle of no man's land, below EMA. You don't know how strong this correction is going to be. But now you're pushing strong above EMA. So what are you expecting now? Well, high-low confirmation setup of the second entry long because the second entry long is not great. The bias still remains bullish. We have a high-low, but it's below EMA. It didn't push above. Had this high-low pushed above EMA, it would have been a good setup to take. But notice it never really pushed above EMA, so it is a little bit more risky. You know, the idea to go long is correct because once again, notice how you keep creating high-lows and you have strong push-up. Okay, so now you see confirmation of the high-low. So once you see high-low being so successful, confirming the bullish bias, what do you expect? Well, the next high probability setup is going to be a failed second entry short. Okay, you can see how price action moves. There's a reason to these counts. We are not counting these entries for hell of it. It's just the reason to these corrections, to these pullbacks. And this is why we are counting these entries on a micro level. So price is pushing above EMA, confirming the bullish momentum. I can even draw a possible wider downtrend and see if I get confirmation. And I have failed second entry short. New low, first attempt to sell, failed. Second attempt to sell, failed. Great, failed second entry short. Above EMA, off the potential trend line, under bullish main bias. And market kept pushing higher and creating a scalp. So you'd be expecting new high. You're coming shy a little bit. And while we have a deep correction. Okay, so this is, wow, look at this. So this is quite different than what I was expecting. Now you can see here possible overshoot, but we traded up into this trend range. We have a lot of price swings up and down. We have flat EMA, and the way you trade into a trend range, you generally expect for prices to continue breaking in that direction. So I'm not really too phased by this downtrend just yet. In fact, if the support is going to hold, which it is, I'm leaning more towards the bullish momentum and creating new high. We have a new low, first entry short, second entry short failure, but it is still below EMA, not the great bar. Didn't even trigger, it triggered later here, but it's even worse. You can see it worked. Okay, this uptrend has a break new high. So if you get any high low here or anything, you can't take it because you just had a break new extreme, two-legged correction, and this was a deep move down. Even though I was honestly expecting more bullish reversal, but even if I'm expecting bullish reversal, I cannot deny the fact that sellers may get their chance to create new extreme for this downtrend, which they are creating new extreme. Okay, and now you may be a little bit confused. This is looking quite strong, but if I'm going to zoom back, we had a spike in a bullish channel. We traded up into this congestion. And the fact that we have a new low, I'm going to measure this leg and let's see how it fits. First leg down, second leg down. Okay, I expect still new high for the uptrend. We have a larger two-legged correction. Perfect measured move. You can see market likes to move in pairs of twos. And also the reason why we didn't push market higher here, you can notice we have kind of like a first leg here, pullback, second leg here. Market moved to measured move, couldn't push higher, reverse, and now we have a two-legged pullback down. I'm not expecting reversal because the main bias is bullish. And you're just going to be observing the EMA. If you're unsure, just observe the EMA. Observe the EMA, and the EMA is not holding and you're breaking above. Okay, so this is a good sign that this two-legged pullback is the finishing move. And if you are playing the wider channel like this, now you have to delete it. But more importantly, there's a brand new short-term uptrend forming. And this is a lot of times a great area where the failed second entry short will form. Because this also fell breakout out of the trend range, two legs down, bullish bias, new low. We have a new low here. Visually this would be kind of like a first leg, pullback, second leg. Notice this would be, there are no triggers, so there's no entry, but this would be first entry short, pullback, second entry short. But it didn't happen. Only this right here is a first entry short. So now we have high low. But this high low doesn't really confirm much. The great thing about this high low is as you're expecting the bullish bias, you're expecting sellers getting trapped, you have two legs down, you're inside this channel, you're above EMA, and you're coming after full breakout of the trend range. It ticked lower and instantly reversed. The momentum here was perfect, but it is just a high low. If this was felt second entry short, would have been an absolutely easy no-brainer setup. But since you didn't even have any other entry before, it is definitely more aggressive. I can mark it more aggressive setup, because context is so strong here. You really feel like you're going to push higher. You're inside this channel. It's just the fact that it is only a high low and not just fully bearish trap just yet. Fell second entry short. And market keeps working higher. We're back inside the trend range. Right now, I keep thinking that we're going to create new high for the uptrend. Okay, and notice what we had. The overshoot didn't come into play. So if I see overshoot not coming into play, there's probably just a larger channel. Either way, I'm going to redraw the downtrend. I have a first entry long. Notice we're back inside of this trading range. I expect new high. Strong push above EMA, not a single close below EMA after this failed breakout. So bias right now is what? Is bullish. So I'm just going to take a step back and reanalyze the market again. Spike in a channel, consolidation, a little bit deeper two-legged pullback, and a strong push above EMA. So if you were unsure about the structure right here, now it's pretty clear. Because this was extremely strong push back into range, no touch of the EMA, indicating you're probably going to get follow through. So two channels need new high. What are you expecting? You're expecting second entry long, first entry long, second entry long at the EMA. Can we get it? And we can't really buy safely. So unfortunately, the market keeps going higher and it keeps going higher without any way for us to enter, unfortunately. So now we can see that the two channels created new extreme. I'm gonna type new high. So I definitely right now need to be a little bit careful about longs. I expect correction. But here's a little bit nuance. Notice from the very failed breakout all the way to the failed breakout on the other side, we never closed below EMA. So this may be a possibility for strong uptrend, because you can draw uptrend like this and expect stronger push up, because this was such a strong bullish momentum. Not a single break the EMA, most likely going to make another leg up, but I can't be so hasty to extend it too quickly because we just broke the trend range off the high. So we may have failed breakout, stronger pullback. So this is the kind of scenario where you have to be a little bit more patient. For this reason, I'm going to redraw the downtrend like this. I have the second swing here allowing me to draw it. So I'm going to expect wider correction. Okay, and the reason why I expect wider correction is because this channel reached new high, even this one, and you have a failed break above the trend range. It looks bullish, yes, but you cannot be a little bit hasty. You need to time it well. There's a second entry long. Had this triggered, can you go long? No, it's below EMA and the downtrend is in play. It never even triggered, fortunately, so you didn't have to be so worried about the decision. Okay, and you have a very strong push above EMA. Okay, so the resistance now is acting as a support, which is good for bulls. Downtrend had attempt to create new extreme after break, attempt to create new low, but the main key level right now is acting as a support, and you have push above EMA. So this is local price action is telling you, okay, sellers are weak to even create new extreme, and you already have a push above EMA. At this point on, this is most likely going to confirm the wider channel. So now I feel much safer to extend the channel and make it wider. I wasn't so sure here because there are multiple reasons for me to be careful. But if this key level is holding again as a support and it's pushing strongly above EMA, that's the bullish resumption, and I can expect failed second entry short. Can we get it? We cannot get a failed second entry short. Okay, we get it here, but look how horrible it looks. Inside bar doji of this bearish bar. So even though we have first entry short, second entry short failure, you can't really find a great way to enter. Okay, and you're pushing to the upside strongly. I'm going to redraw the downtrend. Okay, we're confirming the downtrend here. What am I expecting? Well, we just have a break new high. Strong push down that probably needs to get new low, but overall structure is looking a little bit more bullish. Now at this point on, this is starting to feel like a stronger uptrend, excuse me. Let's just see what's going to happen. I'm not really thinking about selling just yet because overall daily bias is still bullish. You cannot just zoom in on this tiny price action and disregard the daily price action. Okay, and you're pushing above EMA. Okay, so now it probably is getting confirmed. So I'm just going to take a step back. And I'm going to identify the main pattern. And you can see push phase, correction phase, push phase. And now it makes sense. Now I can finally look for bigger pattern because I'm getting more information from the market. This channel had a break new high. The downtrend didn't reverse. In fact, it's pushing back above EMA. So I'm safe to now to look for a wider pattern. So you can see there's a reason to price action. And my goal is just to follow it. I don't try to predict it too much. I'm just trying to follow what it's giving me. So right now, pretty much everything is far away from EMA. The bias is bullish. I can't really take any long. And we're pushing back. Okay, so I'm going to redraw the downtrend. Notice I keep doing the same thing. The downtrend working lower, close outside. So I'm most likely expect new extreme. And we have new extreme. So I'm going to instantly write new low. And we have a new high. First entry long, second entry long. But it's in the middle of no man's land. You don't know if there's going to be additional push down. However, this is the two-legged pullback down and a second entry long. And we see prices pushing above EMA. Okay, and now we have high-low. So this right here is a high-low confirmation setup. What did it confirm? This second entry long, new high. First entry long, second entry long. First leg down, second leg down. Push above EMA, high-low close above EMA. And the main pattern right now is bullish because we just keep pushing higher strongly so often. So we have second entry long confirmation, high low basically. I can extend the channel now because I expect continuation of the bullish momentum. If I miss this high low, I'm looking for failed second entry short. Can we get a failed second entry short? Bears to get trapped, and we cannot. By the time you get a failed second entry short, you're so far away from EMA at the very highs. This will fail so often, even though you see it working now. You know, you really don't want to create a habit of taking these setups. Not even tail is touching the EMA. This is really risky. Okay, you're correcting, so you're expecting right now second entry long. New high, first entry long. Can we get a second entry long? And we can. By the time we get second entry long, it's too late. It's not the EMA, it's a doji bar anyway. Horrible stim. Can't take it. It keeps pushing. There's pretty much nothing I can do as now. It's getting a little bit too late. We didn't even get any setup above EMA here because you're going to redraw the downtrend here. Breaking low, strong push above EMA. There is not a single trigger below these bars. This is what I'm looking for. I have series of bars working higher, and there is no break below these bars low. So there is not even a high low nor failed second entry show. The first break here below this bar is the first break of this entire sequence, I think, unless there's a micro break that I'm missing. It was a night and day difference to be trading today's price session compared to yesterday's price session. Yesterday, it was really choppy, really difficult to read. Today, we had a very decent uptrend where if you're patient, you almost always get a decent high probability setup to go long. However, there was really not a great setup for a long time here. Just great momentum, good context, but there was only first entry long here. The failed second entry short here formed really ugly. No real way to enter here. You only have one chance to take a high low. And if you want a safer failed second entry short, it formed way too far from EMA and followed by another first entry long, which is quite uncommon because this is a very broad channel and with deep pullbacks. So a lot of times you will have legit second entry long. You would expect a bunch of first entries on one of those healthy 45-degree angle uptrends where it just keeps going, keeps scrolling, minimal pullbacks. But when you have deep pullbacks, you should get a couple of these second entry longs. So the later portion of the day wasn't as eventful, but early it was really easy for you, if you're following the rules, to take a couple of these longs and capitalize on those. So good luck in your trading.